I am hanging out in a cafe with my notebook and my coffee, and I'm thrilled about it because I haven't done this in a week. Why haven't I been doing it? Because last week I decided to post on YouTube every single day. Was that worth it? I want to talk about that, but first I need to go home and catch up on the life that I completely neglected when I decided to go all in. Last Monday, when I said I was going to go all in, I really didn't mean just for a week. That week, birthday week, was an experiment and a way of gauging what I was capable of before I decided on a long-term strategy. I told you on Monday that I didn't know what all in meant for me. And now, after a week, I have a clearer idea, both of what it means for me and what it means for the channel, which the results of the experiment weren't exactly the same for each. So let's start with what happened with the channel. The stats were good. You showed up, you watched, new people came in and subscribed and watched, and if you're here, I'm so grateful to have you here. When I look at my August stats, and I'll show you a screenshot, this channel already has more views in August than any month in the past 6 months, and we are only 2/3 of the way through the month. When you dig in a little deeper, not all of that was from birthday week. I happened to, a week before the all-in week, put out a video that was pretty well received. That video alone had almost as many hours of viewing as the entirety of everything I put up during birthday week. So I have to take that into account. There are going to be winners. There's always the chance of a video being a winner. Now, if I put out more videos, are there more chances of winners? Yeah, probably, but also maybe not, because I can't spend as much time on each individual video if I'm putting out 5 videos a week. But still, I can't ignore the evidence that this August is likely to be the best month ever in the history of this channel. I know that I have talked about this before, but to be completely transparent, my goal right now is to get to a total of 4,000 watch hours in a year. That is the number that YouTube wants in order for me to be able to share in ad revenue for the advertisements that they show on this channel. I also need 1,000 subscribers, well over that number. So right now, the goal is watch time. To get to the magic number of 4,000, I need about 700 more hours. More videos, more watch time. I don't have to get into the nitty-gritty stats, though, to say that the experiment of all in was good for the channel. The next question, though, was it good for me? You guys, I'm gonna confess, I got to Thursday's video last week and I was pretty much done. As I was preparing and thinking about content that I could post, I started going through the days of the week and thinking about the buckets that various things I talk about fit into. And I love alliteration. Alliteration helps me remember things. So I thought, well, Mondays are motivation or mindfulness or Meta Mondays. Mondays can be the day when I talk about the creative process. Tuesdays are easy, Travelers Tuesdays, those are the notebook videos. I labeled Wednesdays as Widow Wednesdays, those days when I get a little bit more personal to talk about my grief journey, widowhood, and what my life has been like in the midst of this huge earth-shaking transition. And then Fridays were pretty easy. I thought 5 things Friday. We have done those in the past, right? And Thursdays. I sat there for a long time, and the thing that came to my head was nothing Thursday. So yeah, maybe I just don't have 5 days worth of content buckets. That being said, I clearly did come up with something to post on Thursday, but by the time I was editing the Thursday video, I had very little left in me. I can put together a video in 4 or 6 hours if it's a very easy one, but generally my videos take 10 to 15 hours to do the whole process of writing, filming, editing, and uploading. If you do the math, 5 videos a week times 10 hours is 50 hours of work. That is not sustainable for a single person. So either I have to get faster at editing videos, faster at creating videos, or I have to put out fewer videos. I know that speeding up my process doesn't necessarily mean a decrease in quality, but for me, right now, realistically, it probably does. I haven't landed on the style that both works for me, that allows me to convey the information and tell the stories I want to tell without spending a lot of time on the process. Will I get there? Probably, but I'm not there yet. And the truth of the matter is that I probably don't even have a 40-hour work week in me right now. First of all, just making videos is not the only part of my work. I also spend time on creativity, on traveling, on doing things that give me things to talk about to you, as well as sending out emails and writing and nurturing my audience over on Substack, where we get to be a little bit more intimate and have deeper conversations. And I am in a phase of life, I am in a moment where my mental health requires more care than it has in other times in my life. Yes, it's been a year and a half, but I'm still grieving. I need to take actions to support my own mental health in my life. And that means not working 60 or 80-hour weeks. It means prioritizing me. So let's put everything together. Was it good for the channel? Yes. Was it good for me? Yes and no. I loved the creativity inspired by challenging myself. I loved the energy of the videos that I was able to put out, but I wasn't able to properly take care of my mental health with that workload, and I definitely wasn't able to properly take care of my home and my surroundings. Yesterday, I took a day that I called a nothing day, a zero contact day. And that was actually surprisingly difficult because I do want to be creating. I do love what I was able to accomplish that week. I just know I can't do that much every week. So here's the plan going forward. For now, we're going to try a schedule where I post on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and sometimes Friday. Probably Fridays once a month. I know I might be better served to space things out, but I like the idea of having a bunch of days all in a row to catch up. Thursday is my volunteer day, so I like taking that day off from video work. And honestly, and I know this sounds silly, but it goes really well with my alliteration scheme to just stick to Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm going to do that to the best of my abilities for a bit. We'll see what happens, and I will report back in a month or so as to whether this version of All In was worth it. And until next time, I'm wishing you love and joy and all those good things, and I cannot wait to talk to you again.